tonight how great of a job LD did, has done. With Ty Lue being out, it was good to have him back and getting us ready for these last 3 games and then heading into the playoffs.
How are you guys able to turn it the last 7-8 minutes?
I don't know. We just LeBron started playing downhill, making a ton of plays for us, and I thought we picked it up on the defensive end. They hit some tough shots that were well guarded. But we just continue to fight, make big plays. Jetty hit 2 big free throws, and guys made. Jeff Green had a big offensive rebound, hit his free throws, and LeBron was just incredible down the stretch, carried us.
Given the importance of tonight's game, was this the biggest win of the year for you guys?
Maybe. To date, just knowing everything that's at stake. I mean, I mentioned that we're not incredibly. We're not going to go over the top about seeding, but I think naturally we'd like to be a highest seed possible and finish out the rest of the season with wins. So tonight was definitely a big win for us, and showed that we could be down 17 points or 15 points, whatever it was, and just not be out of a game, especially in the fourth quarter.
Anything else?
I said before the game that you'd like playing the 5 now. What is it that you've seen throughout the course of the year that has allowed you to get more and more comfortable and enjoy it?
Yeah, he said that all year, so I'll go with it. I think just finding ways to be effective. I think there will be times where teams are switching and I'll get more in the post, but I'm finding myself kind of on the 3-point line, finding my spots out there. And tonight in the second half, they wouldn't leave me, but I think in the fourth quarter that allowed us to play downhill, especially when Braun is so great at that, but especially when Kyle and I are on that same wing and we're going to pin down, they have to respect that because one of us is going to get open shot, and Kyle hit an unbelievable shot, with a minute or so left, and hit a big one in the corner for us. So that's just, you got to kind of have to pick your poison there, and there's a lot of big plays like that.
Kev, Philly has a buzz to them right now from the city to their team. Obviously, you mentioned the seedings as well. How do you guys approach tomorrow?
Got to get in, got to get our rest, and knowing that, like you said, they won a number of games in a row, and they're playing with a lot of confidence at a very high level. And even with Embiid out, they were able to pick up with a number of guys coming off the bench, or even their starting unit playing at a high level. So we have to be ready to play from the jump.
All right, thanks, everyone.
LeBron, right after you came back into the game, Beal knocked down the 3 to go up 17. At that point, do you see a path to victory being down 17 with 7 minutes left?
It's time on the clock. So, I don't have a quit bone in me. So if I'm on the floor, I got to try to make plays happen no matter what the score is, and it's just my mindset.
Where do you think there's so many plays down the stretch? Is there one or two that stand out to you in terms of importance or just helping turn things?
I think all of them were very important because at that point in time, you're down 17. You got to get every stop and you got to execute offensively. Everybody's going to see the Jetty steal, the 2 free throws. I think Jeff's offensive rebound and his 2 free throws was huge. Kyle's 3 was huge by their bench. Guys are just playing a really good ball down the stretch.
Brian, when you're on the line and the crowd's chanting MVP, is that a distraction at all?
Nah. For what? Nah, it's great. It's a great feeling.
Ron, Kevin talked about you playing downhill in those final 7 minutes plus. What did you see from Washington that, where you saw the opportunity to make something happen by doing that?
I just played my game. They did a good job in the second half. Coach Brooks kind of switched up their lineup, went small, and we was making a lot of threes in the first half, so we kind of switched up their lineup so they can kind of stay out bay on our shooters. So when I noticed that and I saw that they were staying home, I knew I would have some lanes.
From what you've been able to see of Philly, what do you see and how different are they without Embiid?
They're very good with him or without him in the lineup. Obviously, Embiid is a special talent, but they've been playing so much without him that they still just keep up the thing. They still keep up the momentum going. With Amir, and they come in. With Sean Holmes off the bench, those guys are athletic bigs who screen and roll, does their job, and They always kind of do it by committee. It starts with the head of the monster and Ben, who's going to get everybody involved. And J.J. Redick flying off pin downs, Covington and Sarge, and then Bellinelli coming off the bench. So, they've been playing some good ball.
John Wall and the Wizards said that they're coming here to try to make a statement. Does that kind of give you?
They come from 17 down with 7 minutes left.
Yeah. It didn't feel like we were in a very good spot there. We had a rhythm. We weren't getting good shots. We weren't getting stops. They felt like they were getting kind of whatever they wanted to. But LeBron came back in the game and started putting pressure on the basket and got us some looks, and it was quite the comeback.
You've seen that look in his eye before. Could you see it as he was just refusing to be stopped?
Yeah, no, he gets that look, and I thought when he kind of got hit in the face and the tooth kind of started for him, and he kind of, like you said, you kind of saw that look in his eye and put his head down, put pressure on the basket, and when he does that, he's really hard to guard. We're really hard to guard because of that.
Your corner three, Kyle. You had a second before you shot it. Anything go through your mind there?
No. Just trying to line it up.
Look good coming out of your hand, I guess.
Yeah, I was wide open and the ball was in the perfect pocket and got to line it up and shoot it.
Tough game tomorrow now. How difficult is it to come back after an emotional comeback, or is it so late in the season now that you kind of ride that wave?
We know it's a big game. We got 3 left. We're kind of playing, jockeying with these guys for that kind of 3-4 spot. So it's a big game. We know it's going to be a great atmosphere in Philadelphia tomorrow. So it'll be fun.
How's your foot?
It's all right. It's going to be all right.
Have you had, last year was the other foot, have you had problems off and on with your feet? Or is this new?
Not since college.
You getting old?
I turned 37 a couple weeks ago. No, but it's just a weird thing. I don't know, but trying to deal with it and get better for the playoffs.
Kyle, you ever been on a team that's had as much adversity as this one's faced this year?
I'll tell you what, this season has flown by. This has been the fastest season I've ever been a part of, just because there's been so much going on. It feels like every week. I don't know if you guys feel that same way or not, but it feels like the season started a month ago. Not sure my wife feels that way, but I certainly feel that way.
It feels like 4 different seasons.
Yeah, it feels like we've had 3 different teams, lineups. A lot of people have been out for different reasons, but here we are at the end. We're still standing.
Last year when you had that foot issue, you changed shoes. Any thought of doing that again?
No, this is the shoe that I'm going to wear. It's the right one.
Pulling this off without 2-point guard, does that even add to the satisfaction or whatever?
I don't know if there's satisfaction. I think we got to keep finding ways to play good basketball no matter who's out there. And when we move the ball and we play good basketball, we got a whole lot of guys who can play. I think in some ways, not having a point guard, obviously we'd like to have someone. Jose has been so good at getting us in our sets. George has been so good at getting us in our sets. But then we go really big and we don't have this. And we experimented with some last year too, if you remember that, with a few lineups. And it has its advantages too. I don't know if you can roll for long stretches of the season with that. But, I think it's just something that we'll probably pull out at some point in the playoffs.
All right. Let's go.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Got it.
Ty, how's your heart after that one?
No, it's pretty good. I told the guys, after the game, good job of bailing me out. It was tough, first game back and not having a point guard and, not knowing what sets to call and what to run because you haven't worked on it. I think earlier this year when we had a chance to, kind of put sets in and stuff we wanted to run when Bron and Shump was playing point, but just, on the fly, it was just tough. And, those guys did a good job of scoring 119 points with no point guard and just sticking with it. And, our rotations was a little off tonight. So, I was rusty. But, they bailed me out tonight. And I told the guys just, to continue to keep playing. And, I think the biggest key is when we don't have a point guard, we got to play faster. We just can't walk the ball up and be slow. And I think when Bron went back in that fourth quarter, he really pushed the pace, pushed the tempo, was able to get stops down the stretch, and that's how he was able to win the game.
With the way LeBron was so instrumental in that fourth quarter comeback, what's there left to say about what he's done this season?
Stop point shaving the first 3 quarters. About to give me a heart attack, man. Like, just if you play like that from the jump, we win by 20 something. So, but no, man, just, you know, we've been seeing it all year, you know, and he's been in every situation you can possibly be in, and without a point guard, you know, with no centers, no twos, you know, he's been in every position, no coach, you know, and he's just all year, he just kind of willed us on in. And it's been a difficult year for all of us, you know, I think, but, you know, despite all that, you know, 2 more wins, we tie, you know, our record last year. And, you know, he's the centerpiece of all that. He's the one that makes it go. And, you know, his performance this year is, you know, I think it's probably one of the best years he's had, just as far as carrying a team that's been through so much, you know, adversity all year, guys in and out of the lineup, 6 or 7 of our guys out, rotation guys, and you know, him playing every single game, and you know, not having a chance to win 50 games soon. So, man, he's just been great, you know, all year. So, probably one of his best years I've seen. It was a big win, you know. I think just seeing how they play, and if we have a chance to see him in the playoffs, I got a lot of great adjustments for him.